Welcome, people. Welcome to another episode of Bucking Around, powered by Exs and Os. It's your boy Mecca, aka the Bronze Bomber. As usual, our guy is back. He's not wearing the Loughborough jacket today. He's just in a nice red and black fleece. Is there any team associated to that?
It's the Arsenal retro.
Here we
Come
go.
on.
He's in the Arsenal attire. Sadly, I'm hoping Arsenal lose. What's the score?
Oh, it's 0-0 right now. I've got it on the background.
Well, we're hoping for another giant killing tonight. You might hear SJ scream abruptly. Please forgive us. Disclaimer: Arsenal probably losing, but yeah. Welcome, people. Welcome, everybody in the free seats. We see you already. Like I said, welcome to another episode of Bucking Around, powered by Exs and Os. Please like, share, subscribe on all things at Exs and Os team. Like I said, feel free to comment in the super chats. We have a lovely guest for you today. We have two guests actually for you today from the Derby Braves, so we're going to get that cracking soon. But yeah, season kicking off again now. Christmas is over, SJ. People have had their Christmas dinner. A couple people have put on a couple pounds. A couple people have lost a couple pounds. What we say? Any ones to watch for this half of Bucks?
I don't know. This is the time of the year where it's really exciting because. Particularly with the Christmas break and games being moved around and stuff, you're going to see a lot of teams having 4 games to play in about 4 weeks. Right. So what you see in the table right now, it could change very dramatically, very quickly. Mm-hmm. You got your front runners, okay, let's be honest, the Bullets are going to win. Let's not talk about that. But looking at the other divisions, there's a lot to play for still. Everyone's still in with a fight. There's very few teams that are doomed to go down or definitely going up. I guess today are in a very tough division. And, still, I think a lot to play for in that one as well. So it's exciting times. Big Bucks Wednesday is in a few months as well.
Damn.
Big Bucks Wednesday, 2 months away, I believe. 2.5 months.
I'm trying to get down to that, What was that? In March 27th?
March to something, yeah. March to something, yeah.
I'm definitely trying to get down to that.
Up in Nottingham, decent facilities there.
Sponsored by New Balance again, courtesy of New Balance. Damn,
slap that New Balance all over it.
Yeah. Don't. Guys, we see you in the free seats. Like I said, this is Bucking Around. Like I said, if you've got any questions for our guests in the super chat, feel free to put those in the super chat, and we'll endeavor to get around to those. So quickly add our guests into the show. Obviously, they've waited long enough. What's good, Si? What's good, Christian? Welcome to Bucking Around. What's good?
What's good? I'm all good. How about you, bro?
You know how it goes. You know how the thing's set. I'm happy to be alive. Grateful that I'm still playing American football. Grateful that SJ is here. The analyst is here. He's not wearing his Loughborough shirt, but sadly, he's wearing his Arsenal shirt. But yeah, you know how the team goes. What's good? How you guys been? How was your Christmas fest? How was the festive period?
Yeah, really good. Good to have a little break, obviously, from the game, but can't wait to get back to it. Starting training tomorrow. Yeah, just ready to get the season going again.
So you?
Yeah, good. Good break off. Yeah, can't wait to get started again. Literally, that's it, man.
Yeah. So introduce yourselves. Trust me. So introduce yourselves for the Bucking Around community. Who are you? What do you do in terms of the Braves Nation?
All right.
So I'll let you go first.
So I'm Si Roach. I'm president of the Derby Braves, and I play DB. And I've had about 6 years currently playing. Playing for the Black Country Vipers, going to winning the national championship in Div 2 with those, an MVP, moving on to the NFL Academy, and now here at Derby and Tamworth.
I'm Christian Salisbury. I started playing for Derby Braves last year. Social sec now as well. I'm a tight end / wide receiver. So yeah, just trying to build up my game really.
Cool. So you guys are doing well. Like I said, what's different this year? Because in the past, you guys have got a bit of stick because you never really recovered from that 2009, 2020 season. So everyone has that. Obviously, those guys kind of set the bar. So now we see you in a position where you're trying to rebuild. You're building up a new identity. You know, you're building up a new kind of Braves nation. What's different this year? I always ask. We pose this question to most of our guests, and we always ask our guests this: what's different this year? What's different about this Braves camp?
So this year, being the second year, but back into my first year. So overlooking the team last year to this year, it's really just training and with the coaches correctly understanding how to coach, how to speak to players, because last year we had a bit of, so in previous football teams you'll get the people who can get like shouted at and take it, but from last year to this year we've really taken a step in, like we can't shout at people, we need to talk to them like real people. It's football, but they're not going to take it to like next levels like GFL, EFL, and then maybe the league. So really just how we speak to people and like the knowledge that we share. So I'm currently DB coach as well and co-defensive coordinator. So from that, it's just same stuff with chess and allowing it to get tweaked by the players a little bit so they can play it out freely. That's it really. That's from the defensive side. I don't know about the offensive side, but yeah.
Yeah, I fully agree with Si. Yeah, I completely agree, really. And to add on to that as well, there's just a massive team bond this year, I think. Right. You know, everyone will back each other. Everyone plays for each other this year, especially. And I think there's definitely a growth mindset between everyone in the team, really, that now the only way is up. You know, we've come all the way down in the last few years from the Prem to Div 2, and now it's time to do the same thing again, but opposite, really. Yeah.
So how much do you think that pays into everything? You know, this big team culture. Do you think that has as big of an impact as the ability of the team itself, or you know, getting those performances over the line potentially in those close matchups?
No, it matters about the team and the bonding around the team beforehand over anything, because you can have all the players, you have like star players, everyone like individually. If you don't bond, there's no point of it at all. So like you can go out and win all games with like individuals, but when it comes down to like the fourth quarters or anything like that, so against Cambridge, our first game of the year, it came down to the fourth quarter because we had already had a bond and everything like that. It helped us drive through and win that game, and it probably the bond definitely carried us to drawing with knots. Well, we should have won, but yeah, kept it to a draw.
You guys are smashing it. I mean, you guys are comfortably, you know, sitting comfortably with 4 wins, 1 draw. You know, Tell us about that. Tell us about that Nottingham game, because Nottingham goal obviously it's not Nottingham goal, Nottingham green. That's good. Because initially I thought it was Nottingham goal. You know, Nottingham green.
We wish we could compete.
Trust me. So Nottingham green. You know, tell us about that game. You know, because that looked like an electric game. Tell us about that.
So defensively, because to be fair, I don't really care about offense. Offense, Chris deals with. I sort defense. Defensively, we clicked. Everything worked. We gave up some plays, and it was just little understanding, little tweaks that we needed to do to keep them out the end zone and that. And we was doing really well, and it was just mental busts that killed us. And gave them more yards and everything like that, with a little bit of sideline help from them. And that's it really. That's really from why we drawed it.
Yeah, I think to be fair, what was almost great to see from the boys is from the offensive side, a lot of us came away annoyed that we hadn't got the win. I mean, we had a couple of things called back that, you know, we would argue against. Whether anyone else would, that's up to them. We've got the bias maybe, but yeah, we came away annoyed at that game, I think, and I think it helped kicked us on to the DMU game as well, which we absolutely smashed in my opinion. But I think also the great.
Smoked him.
There's
no lie about it. I bet you're gonna hear so much DMU talk chat after this. We smoked them. We'll back out film the rest. We smoked them.
Damn. So tell us more about this smoking. So how did it go?
So they had nothing offensively. Right. They might have had like a couple of like TDs and that's it. Nothing offensively. They played different to how they did on tape. We got them on tape playing 2x2. They was playing like what was it? They had a fullback field, two fullbacks, a running back, two tight ends. That was only running that all day long. And
I'd be gutted to be a receiver that day, I think, because you must have gone into the game thinking, I'm not catching anything today because we're not even bothered throwing it. So, yeah.
And we got caught with one of the passes, and that's it. Literally.
Boy.
So what does that put you then? Does that put you guys in the driver's seat then? Is you in the driver's seat to go get that promotion? Because am I right in saying it comes down to if you and not to win out, it goes on points against per game, I imagine, if you've got the head-to-head.
Yeah.
So who's in the driver's seat for that
with
one?
With us and Nuts, but then Leicester have like about 5 games in hand. So they got to play a lot because I know their pitch was the best or something, so it was waterlogged. Then ARU's pitch, probably something like that. But Leicester looking like a really strong side. But apart from that, it's just between us and Nuts right now. But it can all change. It's Div 2 at the end of the day.
I mean, the way I see it as well is just all we can do is win every game, let as little points in any game, score as many points as we can each game, and that's all we can do. You know, if Nuts do better than that, they do better than that. If we end on an equal record, that happens. But all we can do is our best, really.
You know, I can't help myself. I just have to say this. You know, is your name Sai or Chai? How do you pronounce it? Sai. So I just want to say, I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I'm really, really proud of you, bro. I remember meeting you at Britball. I think Britball. I don't remember which.
The one before COVID, where the Warriors beat Knicks.
I remember you being this really. I know disrespect. I remember you being this really shy, timid guy. But one thing that stood out when I spoke to you was your desire and your hunger to play this sport at the highest, and your desire to play this sport at the highest level. I saw that in a young guy, and to see you at this level now, and to whatever extent you feel like you've achieved or you want to achieve more, I'm proud of you, man. I'm genuinely,
I appreciate you, man. Literally,
I'm proud of what you've achieved. I mean, when I found out you got accepted into the academy, that was touching for me because I've seen the journey. I've seen this initial guy who no disrespect wasn't didn't pass the eye.
I was nothing. Yeah, I was nothing, man.
And you've worked, you've turned it around. And guys out there who maybe the young bucks coming up, use Sai as an example that you can potentially achieve whatever you want to achieve if you graft. Roll your sleeves up, go to work and graft. That's just. I just thought let me just say that because man, I can see the confidence.
Don't.
The confidence.
It's getting to me now.
Trust me, the confidence in the way you speak. You weren't speaking like this when I first met you at Britball. You weren't confident. You were shy. You knew what you wanted to achieve, but you didn't have the confidence, to get there. And I think the journey you've been on so far is testament to, you know what, guys, American football does change lives, whether it be as a man, whether it be as a woman, whether it be as someone who's going through things. American football is bigger than just the wins and losses, man. It's
American football is life, literally, man, because I remember when I started playing, I was on the worst report at school. I was about at the verge of getting kicked out of school. Started playing football. Started performing. Winning. I think we came first season. My first season we came 12th in the country. Then moving on to second in the country, and then with that losing my mum. Football really was the outlet for me. Literally, like I would not be anywhere without football. Then winning the national championship with the Black Country Vipers, moving on to the academy and using the passing of my mum, like kick up the backside, meeting one of the best coaches I've ever had and probably ever will, Coach Marvin Allen. And other than that, man, it's literally put me in the right place. It's put me on path to succeed in life. So if that's with football, if that's with my career, either, it's put me on the path.
I wish more players had that attitude. It's that feeling of knowing that football is doing a lot for them because I feel like there's too many people, I want to say, especially around you guys' age, that think they're God's gift to this planet and they don't help out the way that you do.
I feel you too much.
And yeah, I'm not naming names. You probably think of people off the top of your head, and we might be thinking of the same kind of people. But you know, and it really is awesome to see. I've watched your journey in that sense, watched you through the academy and stuff like that. And I guess what I would say is, what you learned in the academy? How has that helped not just yourself but how has it helped the team as well? So, for example, for you, Christian, how has it helped having someone with that experience come in with the likes of Sai? I think you've got Joe Perkins there as well. So
We've got Joe Perks here. We've got Tom Jones. He was 1 year at the academy. He's easily, hands down, one of the best backs in the country, if not the best. He helps out coaching. And then we've got Aaron Anderson as well, who's a beast on the D line. Without a doubt, he's a beast, and all those guys help. But yeah, I'll let Chris have a speak as well, because I've been chatting way too much.
No, it's good. It's good.
way too much, man.
Yeah. Back to Sai. I think we're blessed to have him on the team. Really, he really puts that mindset of winning into players. I think he just really kicks us on. Especially on game day, seeing his focus on the day is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, looking back to the DMU game, literally installing a new defense before the game, and it clicked just like that, and it was unbelievable to see. But I mean, we've got loads of players. We've got people that probably watched NFL, stuff like that, college football before they came to uni, wanted to give it a try, and they're all just clicking. And it's people like Aaron, Sai, Tom, Joe that are just really helping people kick on with that game, really.
There's a lot of people behind the scenes as well. Like we've got our ex-president who always hangs around, helps us coach and everything, Stephen. He's a massive help towards the committee, towards the coaching staff. And then Michael Duggins, he's literally my go-to guy on defense now as well. I love this guy with all my heart. And then you've got Jay Hall, who's an elite athlete who plays basketball, who did the transition. So coaching him into playing American football now. And the list can literally go on. Like we've got standout players, but it all gels together with that bond, with that team bond, with the brotherhood bond.
I think the big thing as well is no matter who you are, no matter what your name is, nobody is better than the team.
That's right.
That is the big thing for me.
So I don't know if you got the chance. Did you get the chance to play with Simeon?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I wish I did, man. That guy is a baller. Don't get me started. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you.
COVID workouts, everything like that, man. He's hard, man. He's hard.
Yeah. So for those in the free season that don't know, Simeon Akonta Waroso was basically is a UK athlete who had literally put us in one of the players always say one of the Brit ballers doing bits, the Brits doing bits. He's one of them. He basically went up to play Canadian football. Sorry, he was selected in the combine, was selected for the Argonauts, the Toronto Argonauts, and got the privilege of playing for the Toronto Argonauts and winning the Grey Cup Championship, which is an achievement in itself. He may even be the first British American footballer to win the CFL Championship. I could be wrong, but I think he's.
I think AO might have won it the year before. I think AO. I don't know. I don't want to say it out there. I think AO might have won it beforehand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Emeka's going to send me off to go dig the stats out after this.
Analyst.
Yes.
No, he's one of the top two. Yeah, he's one of the top two, top three. Yeah.
And he used to play running back as well, man. He played D-line now. That guy is huge.
Okay.
He played running back for the Braves. I think he played linebacker as well here. Yeah, and then he moved to Germany, played running back over there for, I think, New York Lions.
Yeah.
And then the CFL, man. He's done from uni to now.
Shout out Joe. Shout out Joe Dilworth in the free seats. We see you. Thank you for joining the Bucking Around. I think this is probably your first time on the show. Joe Dilworth says can't state how much Sai does for not just the team but for everyone as an individual, and that's talking from a personal experience. That's what football is about, man. You want the right leaders around you. You want the right type of role models or players around you to push on, and that's deep. Joe, appreciate you, man. We appreciate you in the free seats. So what we saying? You got Lincoln next week. Okay, Lincoln next. Sorry,
We got Lincoln on the 5th of February.
5th of February.
Yeah. What are we saying? Another 50 burger on the pursuit of this national championship.
Oh, don't get me started because the smoke will be given. The smoke will be given. But Chris, you talk about the offense, man.
Our head coach, he's our offensive coordinator as well, and he's desperate for us to put 50 on someone. You know, we've definitely got the ability to do it. I think it's just finding that right day. You know, we've got literally a month to train for this game. Our mindsets need to be on that game straight away.
That is a long little, almost like a mini pre-season again.
It is, yeah. I mean, especially you know, with it being Uniball as well, it's a good chance to try and get some new people involved as well. You know, people that probably didn't come down at the start of the season, just build that squad even more. You know, get more players, give us that little bit of chance to really get going, I think.
So what, Krista, what are you going to do? Social sec. What socials are we having to get these people in?
I know everyone's watching this as well. We need it.
You're in Derby.
All our boys are watching this. I mean, I've got hopefully plenty of joint socials coming up. Next thing we've got, first thing, like when everyone's back at uni, is our Super Bowl party, which, you know, we do it at Sports Bar in Derby. And, you know, everyone will agree, I think it is our biggest event. Definitely. You know, it goes off. I mean, hopefully, touch wood, we can use it as a promotion party as well, with it being our last game that day against Leicester. But yeah, I mean, you know, as soon as we finish that game against Leicester, no matter what, get it on the bus way back. And then all night till 4 a.m. Just an absolute sesh.
If you can't tell, he loves the sesh. That's why he's social sec.
That's why I'm social sec.
Yeah.
See, I would have loved that a couple of years ago, Mackay. It's like what we were saying pre-show. You know, we were saying about going out and stuff. I would have loved that a couple of years ago. Now, I was saying till 4 a.m. I feel like I'm in bed by then, man. I'm in bed by like. I'm 24, and that's what I'm saying.
We got to make the exception, man. It's a Super Bowl Sunday. We got to make the exception.
I know.
But yeah, I think definitely this year as well, we got a great bunch of boys who are like, you know, really up for going out with each other, just enjoy each other's company. No matter what we're doing, they want to do it. We're going on tour to Croatia, Uni Sports Tour, first week of Easter. Everyone can't wait. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us what's that gonna entail?
Well, like loads of sports are going on it. You know, we'll be with football, we'll be with rugby, netball, cheerleading. You know, everyone. Just go and take over Croatia. Really, we're going down to Pula. You know, mix it with a bit of the sesh, mix it with a bit of playing sport, you know, stuff like that. Just really,
I went there.
Tour is the best week of Croatian ever. Literally, oh my! You hit it. The hotel is the worst. The food is terrible, and literally, man, it's like the best week because the people you're with. Like I think when we went last year, there's only about 8 of us. We met up with Liverpool Raptors over there, and we lived it up. Like it's hard to put it into words because how good it was. Being around different people, different sports, and just all connecting because you love sport. One way or another, and everyone loves the sesh. Everyone loves to get drunk, get memories from it, everything, man.
I think the one thing at Derby as well that I've really noticed is, you know, I can't speak for any other unis, but everyone who plays sports, you know, everyone who plays for Team Derby knows each other. You can go up to someone from any sport and you'll know someone in that team. I think it really brings the teams together. You know, we all support each other. We'll go and watch their games on a Wednesday. They'll come and watch our games on a Sunday, and it's just great to see. You know, our first game at home, that balcony was full, whether it be, you know, parents, relatives, stuff like that, or like other sports teams. Anyone from the uni was just down to watch, really.
Like badminton's always down to our games. We try and get to theirs. Netball. We have 2 netballers who are part of the team, but unfortunately, due to playing at different levels in netball, they played solely about netball, but join us out, going out and everything. Like being at Derby is really like a family. And Team Derby really helped that with everything.
Yeah, I see that. What? Just to ask, what's Derby life like? Because I ain't never been to Derby, man. I think the closest I've been to Derby is
Nottingham.
Where?
Nottingham or something like that.
Romford? I'm joking.
Emeka's never been outside London. He's never been outside London.
No, I'm joking. No, but yeah. So what's Derby life like? I mean, generally, what's the night
I mean,
life
our
like?
our student night is Wednesday. And I mean, we go. It's a pop world, so you wouldn't think of it as a great place, but on a Wednesday, it's something else.
Yeah.
Everyone in there, you're guaranteed to bump into someone you know. And I think that's just what makes it special.
Yeah.
Especially after a BUCs Wednesday. I mean, I know we don't play on Wednesdays, but it's just everyone, sharing their results with each other. Most of the time, hopefully celebrating. But yeah, I mean, I think that sort of thing helps it. Other than that, nightlife is average, but I think that Wednesday night is something special.
Yeah, I heard about them.
Nightlife's not the best at all.
Trust me, I heard about them pop world shenanigans. Cowboys, cowgirls, cowbells. Any crazy stories? Any experiences you guys have had? Any crazy stories? Anyone trying to jump off the balcony because they're so drunk and so blah blah blah. We're athletes and we don't do that.
I've never really seen anything that bad, really. I mean, there's always the people that definitely go for it every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly you'll see them and they're in an absolute state.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never really seen anything proper dodgy, really.
Yeah.
See, the one thing that sticks out in mind is when we all went and then we all did like a little dance circle with cheer, and some cheerleader just got on the floor and did the worm or anything like that and just hurt herself. Literally, she came out and hurt herself, and then just started hobbling away. Just in pure embarrassment, man. Just stuff like that.
I think the way that you always end up walking one of your mates home that Wednesday night because it's just got too much for them. It's open till 3 a.m. There's an after place till 5 a.m.
Serious?
Just pray to God you haven't got a Thursday 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of times I needed to meet up with this guy and just walk him back halfway or something because him and his friends are just out there. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
What's varsity night out like? Varsity night out. Those are normally the big ones. And let's talk about varsity in a minute as well.
That was unbelievable last year.
Yeah.
There was people on our team that you wouldn't expect to see them in that sort of way, and then all of a sudden you see them like that, and you just like, oh my word, you can't
forget it. You can't forget it at all.
It's a special day. I mean, last year's varsity didn't go great for us from a team point of view, but I mean, we managed to put that past us definitely for that night. It was something special.
So talk to me about your varsity then, because you play Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
Please tell me how that makes sense.
We don't know either.
Do you guys know it, or does someone just say you're playing Hearts?
I think it's probably just previous years or something like that because we're around
nowhere near each other.
Loughborough, Nottingham, everyone like that.
No way.
And then we don't know at all. So we just play Hearts. That's it.
What was the score? No, I don't know. What was the score?
We don't talk about that, man. We don't
Okay.
I can't remember the exact figure, but it was not good. It was not good.
It was not good.
Yeah.
It's bad when Si had to go in at QB.
Yeah.
Hey, back the film. And
did you get the film?
Yeah.
Did you get the film from Bruno in the end?
Yeah. I got film from Brunel, Portsmouth. Yeah.
I saw the original deal.
Shout out SJ. SJ's on one today, man.
He's on it, man.
The analyst is back. The analyst is back, baby.
Yeah, I got it from Bruno. I got it from Portsmouth. But yeah, it's just they're a really athletic side. I can't lie. Like the amount of athlete ballers I have and everything like that. I don't know about this year because I haven't really been looking at it. But I know they're probably doing bits in Div 1. And with us, a Div 2 team who are in one of the toughest divisions in the country, Prem, Div 1, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Loughborough on smoke right now in Midlands. Like, you can name any division and it won't come close to us. I think this year would be a little bit more of a game instead of a blowout like last year. But we'll see what happens on the day.
I think you got him. I think you can take him. I think you can take him.
I'm proud of my defense. I can say my defense will hold him.
Yeah, I think our offense is having fun. I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan, and I'd love to see us bring out the Ring of Roses. I'd love to see us do it. You know, one day I just want us to have the confidence to do that. But yeah.
Man. What's practice like? What's the vibe at training like? Because I'm even though I know you guys are both boys, I'm getting a kind of vibe that there's a lot of tension, not tension, but healthy tension between offense and defense. You know, what's kind of practice like? What's the vibe in scrimmaging and all that like?
So with training, we first thing like coming into presidency, I say like that's a major thing. I sorted out the schedule. What we do, we go into install and review, then into stretch, and then indies, one-on-ones, back to indies, and then team or specials or something like that. So putting that into it, and from the academy, and then putting it into me, like putting into the players, like offense and defense are two separate teams.
Yeah.
If you scrap on training, that's it. But then on game day, it's a whole different thing. Like
for the record, we never scrapped at training.
Okay.
I think no, not me and Chris. No, I know a couple of people who probably like had a little tuffle, but other than that, yeah, it's just you make it competition. If there's no competition, no one's learning. No one wants to get better. It's about competition, man.
100%.
Yeah, defense over offense. Yeah, Briggs. Yeah,
shout out Jack Briggs. Jack Briggs says defense over offense. I guess. Yeah, defense over offense. Shout out Jack Briggs in the free seats. Welcome to Back Around. We see you. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, dope. So what we say? National championship this year? Because you guys are offering the smoke.
We'll see what happens, man. Smoke. It just matters about the day. So for sure, we're gonna prep everything. Like I'm gonna be onto everyone. Everyone's gonna be onto each other. But we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be prepared. It just matters about the day, really. If we go get because I know Lincoln, they don't want to send us film at all. Nah. And they've turned around. I've messaged them about 4 times on their socials, and it was like, nah, our coaches don't want to message each other, give out film. Yeah, I wanted to throw that one in a little bit. Every other team are sound other than them. So I'm taking that personally as a grudge. Chip on our shoulder, everything. I'm going to get film. I don't care. I will get film about them. If not, I know they're a passing team, so my defense are going to run them ragged. They can back all this out. My defense are going to run them smooth on that day. And like Leicester, I know they run like a wing T kind of thing. Okay. So we see what happens, man. A lot of what we've had is like 2x2 stuff, so single back. So installing new scheme to help us on the way, but having such reliable guys and knowledgeable guys about everything, and they'll take it on straight away. So I can install stuff on a Tuesday, and they'll know everything by Thursday. And they'll ask me questions that I'm like, wait, give me a second, let me think, and then give it out. So we'll be ready, man.
I think Sy definitely deserves some credit as well, because those defensive rookies know what they're on about already. And that's a big thing. You know, some of them haven't even watched the game before. And after a few weeks of being in the classroom, just learning about the game, they knew exactly what they were doing. And you could tell them something and they'd know what to do. That's definitely been a big thing. I mean, we've basically done the same on offense. Our boys know the playbook in and out. They know what they're doing. I mean, to be fair, the biggest shock this year for me was probably about 80% of our rookies chose to go on defense, which you don't really see. You rarely see that. So, you know, the boys like the glory on the offense, really.
Right.
I mean, what's better than catching the ball for a tutty? But those boys like defense.
Get a pick. What else, man? I can name the list. Man.
Trust me. Yeah. So I was snooping around your Instagram and I saw you got a sick partnership with Noggin Sport. You know, kind of keeping the teams kind of heads warm. You know, over this tumultuous winter. Tell us about that partnership and how that kind of came about, or what that, for those that in the free seats that don't know, what's that partnership? What's behind that partnership with Noggin Sport? So
the partnership with Noggin was from last year. One of our players called Jack Prescott, he really wanted to do it. He was a mental health officer last year, and with his own story, he straight away thought about Noggin. He reached out to Noggin, tried setting up some stuff. Unfortunately, it didn't go through. But for sure, this year we're trying to push it. So for tour, we can get bucket hats, beanies, the lot or something, so we can rep it. But yeah, so Noggin are really just a mental health charity, predominantly around rugby, but they're trying to branch out, and they help out massively, man. We can't lie. Like, they've done quite a lot of things, like mental wise with us, like sending little leaflets over or something like that. But yeah, can't lie, they're a really good charity to get behind us.
So I think the biggest thing as well is coming from a social sector point of view as well. You know, as much as I try and get the boys out, it's all about, you know, helping them get on with their lives. And we always put it into them how important mental health is, especially in this game. You know, there can be a lot of pressure on you at times. Even if it's from football or if it's from uni life or whatever, you know, it comes with that pressure. And I think we put it into the boys that we're always here to talk to anyone on here, you know, the coach, whoever it is on the team. You know, you can speak to them about anything and they will do whatever they can to help you, sort of thing.
But then, like with Derby, we have mental health officers every single team. So, and we've even got a mental health officer who's always there on board, everything like that. And he always tries to communicate with teams. So you've got the higher people, and then you've got everyone else funneling down mental health matters, because it does. Because everyone knows if you go to uni, it's lonely. Uni is lonely. If you don't make it, if you don't go to a crowd or anything like that, uni is lonely. You get to learn to live with yourself, and people can't take that sometimes. So it really helps with Derby pushing, like everyone else, enforce mental health. Like we've got Adam Nelson right now, our mental health officer. Within like every single month, he's always writing down, all right, these are the numbers if you need help. We are always here, everything like that. So yeah, from the top down, it's really organised here at Derby.
And our union put on training that's, you know, open to any committee member to just get down there, you know, learn how to help someone. I think that's such a big thing. Yeah,
massive, man. You guys are doing great work, man, and it's testament to the as you said, the togetherness, you know, and being brave, you know. So, you know, like I said, good things are coming. I have a feeling that good things are coming. You know, maybe if not this year, then definitely the following year, because you guys are definitely putting in that work.
It's been good to see the bounce back, man. You know, there's so many teams that go down that do what you guys have done, which is drop down all the way to 2, and they get stuck there. They get stuck there. The teams fall apart, but you guys very much, it seems like it's going to be straight back up. I hope it's straight back up, because everything, it just sounds great. It really does, honestly. The things you guys are doing up there is amazing. And, you know, Prep North is calling again. Prep North is calling.
Hopefully, man. We got a long way to go. We got loads more training session games.
Who's the head coach there? Now, I should know, but who's the head coach at the Braves now?
Oh, he's gone. Danny Burton. So he's been he's our offensive coordinator the first I knew him. He played for the Braves. I think he started 11 years ago or so. You know, he started playing American football because of the Braves. Really got into it. I know he's played at Falcons, but that man has ball knowledge. I've said this. He will always help. You know, offensively especially, specials as well. But he knows what he's doing and things will click. And I think everyone's got confidence in him that he's doing the right thing, especially from an offensive point of view, obviously. But I'll let Si speak for defense.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what my internet's plugging.
I just asked him.
No, internet's plugging out, man.
No, that's good. No, you're good. That's good. I just asked him, you know, kind of who the head coach was. You know, life after Mike Grosvenor. Obviously, we had, you know, the infamous Mike Grosvenor was the ex head coach. And for those in the Free Seas that don't know, Mike Grosvenor has a CV that's deeper than the Leisure Centre next to the swimming pool in the Leisure Centre around the corner. Sure. So the Derby Braves had the privilege of having a coach like that, and for a moment, you know, Derby was mashing work, and then obviously I think he had to leave or he left, or I don't know the situation or how that was.
So he really focused just on Leicester. He came over for 1 year, so he came over through COVID season for Leicester. He got the job at Derby. he really helped with a couple of guys, but he wasn't around and long enough to make the impact that we all thought he would be.
Yeah.
So within that year, Danny stepped up this year and he's done bits. He's let defense be defense, offense be offense, and then special teams, everyone together. So Danny's massively helped this year with it.
Don't get me wrong though. Yeah, Coach G was he was he had outstanding knowledge. Yeah. I think, for the players that have played the game before, etc., know a lot about the game. He is a really good person to listen to.
Yeah.
He's probably the first person I spoke to about being a tight end there. Yeah. He helped install stuff for me. He'd get me in the game all the time, stuff like that. He knew exactly like what I could do and when to do it. But I think for certain people that didn't know as much about the game, weren't as confident in what they were doing, it just wasn't what we needed really. It would put people off because just not necessarily because of him, because they didn't feel they were up to his standard, I think sometimes. And I think, that's never what you want at Uniball. You just want to get people through and through involved. And because Danny, as I said, has come through, started playing American football with the Braves, it's the first time he ever played it. He understands that. And he knows what to do with people. He knows when to put them in and where. And he's just, he's big for helping us out.
It's tough boots to fill, especially when you're, I get the sense that he's one of the lads, How was that transition? Because obviously, you guys have to kind of switch your head like, yes, Danny, but it's now Coach Danny, how has that transition been? Has he given any of you the hairdryer treatment and you're like, right, okay, I thought we were boys. Like, how has that transition been from your perspective?
Personally, he's never really been that shouting type of guy. Okay, he's always spoke to you properly, spoke to you effectively, so you listen. But then he lets everyone else shout. The coaches shout if they need to shout or something like that. So like, he won't say anything as a head coach or anything. But if offense needs to lighten up, he'll say something. But he won't shout and scream it. He'll let the leaders shout and scream it. And then for like defense, he will not say a word to him. Just like, get us the ball back. And that's when we start. Yeah. So like, he's motivational with the things that he says because how minimalistic he actually says it to like defense, for example.
He's a great guy to have in the offensive film room as well, because you'll be watching back at your last game and you could have made a mistake that could have cost anything. It could have cost the first down, whatever. And he won't worry too much about it. He'll tell you what to do better, but it won't be your fault or anything. It will just be, let's move on. You know what you did wrong. You know what you can do better, sort of thing. I think that really helps everyone.
Go. So we're coming towards the end of the show, and as is customary, we always have our 2-minute drill. This came to me through divine intervention. Thank you, footballing gods, for descending on me and putting this question in my head. So, Sai and Christian, you're in the national. You're into the national final, right?
That's the plan.
A day before the national final, you get an email or call saying, "Dear sir, you have been selected to attend the Super Bowl." Yeah, just assuming the Super Bowl and the final on the same day. You've been selected to attend a VIP experience of the Super Bowl. You get to meet the players. You get to experience the highest VIP luxury package of the Super Bowl. But you got the national championship on the same day. What are you doing?
I'll let Chris speak first, because everyone knows my answer anyways. Everyone knows my answer anyways.
It is really tough. I mean, you'd be gutted to miss out on one or the other, but you have to play. You can't. Sai gave me a little stare there as well. You can't.
I thought you was leading to a Super Bowl. I was going to throw hands tomorrow. I was going to throw hands tomorrow.
You have to play. You can't put in all that work over the season and not finish it off. Either way, a national final is especially something. You're at Uniball. Eventually, that has to come to an end. You have your whole life to go to a Super Bowl, sort of thing. But you have to play a national final. There's no way you could put that work in all season and not top it off.
It's ring season, baby. It's ring season. Yeah,
we promised our boys if we win playoffs, we promised our boys rings, and that's got them hyped. That's got them hyped.
Yeah, literally,
The
man.
thing is, Emeka, yeah,
Mm.
if someone emails me saying what you've said that it would say, I'm not
Yeah.
opening that email because that's a dodgy email, mate.
Yeah.
Out here, opening viruses.
Dear sir, you're going to the Super Bowl, am I?
Pay £20 towards it first, and then you'll get the rest back or something like that. Yeah.
Trust me, lads. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, all those in the free seats that left comment, we appreciate you. Exs and Os. Like I said, this has been bucking around as usual. You know, we'll try and get it going weekly, but you know how the thing's set. We vibe with it and we see how it goes. Si, Christian, it's been a blessing and a pleasure to have you both on the show. As usual, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. Don't be strangers. Like I said, we're trying to do some kind of a tour, and me and SJ are trying to decide which teams we're going to kind of go get down to. Hopefully, we can get down. We'll see you maybe in the final. So maybe we'll get to see you in the final, but we'll try our best to get down.
Yeah. Touch wood, man. We'll see.
We'll try our best to get down there. But like I said, we thank you all.
Thank you for having us, man. Can't say it more.
No problem. Like I said, like, share, subscribe at all things at Exs and Os team. Bow.
Appreciate it.